Imagine this. You've just finished a healthy dinner, low in carbs, full of greens, a few slices of tomato, a touch of garlic and olive oil. You feel light, proud that you're still taking good care of your body after 60. But the next morning, you wake up with a weak arm, slurred speech, or maybe just a brief dizzy spell. No chest pain, no warning signs. And then the doctor says, you just had a minor stroke in your sleep. Hard to believe, isn't it? Not from fried food, not from fast food, but from a few common vegetables you've trusted for years as superfoods for health. The truth is, after age 60, our bodies change more profoundly than we realize. Blood vessels become fragile, the kidneys filter more slowly, and the body's ability to regulate water, calcium, and blood sugar weakens. Foods that once made you strong in your 40s can quietly turn against your heart and brain if eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong combinations. But here's the good news. You don't need to fear food. In fact, knowledge is the strongest medicine of all. When you understand how your body changes with age, you can still enjoy the foods you love, just in a smarter, safer way. In today's video, I'll share 9 common vegetables that can silently increase your overnight stroke risk if used incorrectly. And more importantly, how to make them your friends again for better health and longevity. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat vegetables every day? Which one do you usually have for dinner? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your experience might help someone else watching this. If you enjoy practical, science-backed nutrition and wellness insights like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can learn together. One small step at a time. How to protect your memory, your heart, and your independence. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Garlic. For centuries, garlic has been called medicine in the kitchen. You've heard about its many benefits everywhere. Lowering blood pressure, protecting the heart, fighting inflammation, boosting immunity. Some people even take garlic pills every morning or chew a raw clove every night, believing the more, the better. And yes, garlic truly has incredible benefits, but only if you're young or if your body isn't yet affected by age and medication. After 60, everything changes. Blood vessels get thinner, the liver and kidneys slow down, and many people start taking blood thinners, heart medication, or daily aspirin. That's when garlic, if used incorrectly, can quietly shift from healer to hazard. Why can garlic become dangerous after 60? Garlic contains allicin, a natural compound that thins the blood and prevents clots from forming. In younger people, that's great. It helps prevent blockages and heart attacks. But in older adults, whose vessels are already fragile and blood flow is slower, that same blood-thinning effect can go too far. And when garlic combines with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, Plavix, Xarelto, or even just low-dose aspirin, the effect is doubled. As a result, the blood can become too thin, and tiny blood vessels in the brain or eyes can rupture easily. That's when you may experience brain hemorrhage, internal bleeding, or small clots inside the brain tissue, often without realizing it. Many people are shocked because they've been eating healthy all along and had no symptoms. But that's what makes it so dangerous. The silence before it strikes. A sudden headache, blurred vision, or frequent nosebleeds can be your body's quiet cry for help. Here's something most people don't know. Garlic supplements or extracts are 5 to 10 times more concentrated than the garlic you cook with. One 600 milligram garlic capsule can equal 4 to 5 raw cloves. For someone over 60 taking heart medication, that's enough to change blood viscosity in just a few days. In other words, it's not that garlic is bad, it's that you're using it like a drug without realizing it. And like any drug, it needs the right dosage, timing, and supervision. So how should you use garlic safely while keeping its benefits? Don't use garlic pills or concentrated powder if you're taking blood thinners, aspirin, blood pressure, or diabetes medication. If you really want to use garlic as a supplement, Talk to your doctor first to adjust your dosage or check your INR, blood clotting index. Prefer cooked garlic in meals rather than raw or in pills. Cooking reduces allicin's strong blood-thinning effect, but keeps its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Limit your daily intake. After 60, 1 to 2 small cloves per day in meals is enough. Avoid eating garlic together with other blood-thinning foods such as ginger, turmeric, or red wine. Watch for early warning signs: easy bruising, frequent nosebleeds, bleeding gums, morning headaches, or dizziness. All could mean your blood is too thin. If that happens, stop garlic immediately and seek medical advice. The benefits remain, if you use it right. Garlic is still the gold of the kitchen when taken in moderation. It can boost immunity, lower cholesterol, improve digestion, and even help you sleep better by calming the nervous system. A little sautéed garlic in your veggies, soup, or olive oil is all you need to get the benefits without the risks. The key is to respect your body's changes after 60. What kept you strong at 40 could exhaust you at 70, not because it changed, but because you did. I've met many patients who believed that natural foods can't hurt. But it's often that very belief that sends them to the hospital. Anything powerful enough to heal can also harm if used the wrong way. Garlic isn't bad, and you don't need to cut it out of your life. You just need to understand the relationship between food, age, and medication. When you do, you'll be able to enjoy your favorite meals while protecting your memory, heart, and independence. Number 2. Broccoli. You've probably heard the phrase, "eat broccoli to stay healthy," since childhood. In every nutrition guideline, broccoli ranks high as a superfood, rich in fiber, vitamins C and K, and antioxidants that help prevent cancer and support heart health. All of that is true, until you turn 60. At that point, what was once a hero for your heart can quietly become a traitor to your brain. Not because broccoli itself is bad, but because it interacts too strongly with medications and the blood-clotting mechanisms of an aging body. Vitamin K in broccoli is a double-edged sword. In younger people, it helps the blood clot properly, preventing bleeding. But in older adults, especially those taking blood thinners such as warfarin, Plavix, Eliquis, or even low-dose aspirin, vitamin K can create instability. If you suddenly eat too much broccoli, your vitamin K levels spike, your blood thickens, and clots form more easily. If you suddenly eat too little, your medication becomes too strong, and your blood turns dangerously thin. Both situations are risky. One can cause blockages, the other can lead to brain bleeding. What's frightening is that this process often has no obvious warning signs. You may feel completely fine, until one morning you find yourself speaking slowly, feeling numb on one side, or dizzy for no reason. Then the doctor tells you that you've had a mild stroke, caused by the very vegetable you've eaten faithfully for years. I once met a patient like that. Clara, 81, a retired teacher in Oregon. She was disciplined about her health and always ate by the book. Every evening she had steamed broccoli with salmon, believing it was the perfect heart-healthy dinner. She also took blood thinners daily after heart surgery. But she had no idea that her nightly dose of broccoli, loaded with vitamin K, was throwing her clotting levels off balance. One morning, she collapsed in her bathroom. An MRI revealed a small hemorrhage in her brain, not from high blood pressure, but because her blood had become too thin. Clara was lucky. She survived and recovered after months of therapy. When I saw her again, she smiled and said, "I thought I was doing everything right for my health." Turns out, being right isn't always right when you don't understand your body. Her story is a powerful reminder. The problem isn't the food, it's the lack of consistency. The aging body needs balance, not extremes. When it comes to vitamin K, it's not about eating more or less, but about eating steadily. If you're taking blood thinners, don't cut out broccoli completely. That can make your medication too strong. But also, don't eat it inconsistently. 1 week a lot, The next week, none. Keep your weekly intake steady so your doctor can adjust your medication accordingly. A small serving, about half a cup of lightly steamed or boiled broccoli per day, is ideal. If you enjoy it in salads, have it at lunch when your blood flow is stable and your body is well hydrated. Avoid eating broccoli late at night, especially if you're tired or have recently taken medication. One more important note, vitamin K isn't only in broccoli. It's also abundant in spinach, kale, and cabbage. If you eat several of these greens together, your total vitamin K intake could be much higher than you think. Keep that in mind, especially when making green smoothies or dinner salads. And if you notice bleeding gums, easy bruising, morning dizziness, or unusual fatigue, don't ignore it. Those could be signs that your blood isn't properly balanced. What I want to emphasize is this. After 60, health isn't about restriction. It's about understanding. Broccoli remains a fantastic food when you respect consistency. Eat mindfully, listen to your body, and keep an open conversation with your doctor. You don't need to fear vegetables. You just need a strategy. When you do that, broccoli will once again be your hero. This time, standing with you, not against you. Number 3. Spinach. For decades, spinach has been the symbol of healthy eating. Rich in iron, magnesium, vitamins, and antioxidants, it's often called the golden food for heart health. But after 60, spinach isn't always your friend. In fact, if eaten the wrong way, this seemingly harmless green can quietly raise your risk of stroke and poor brain circulation. The reason lies in oxalate, a natural compound found in spinach. In younger people, the kidneys easily filter oxalate out. But after 60, as the kidneys weaken and blood vessels lose elasticity, oxalate can bind with calcium in your body, forming tiny crystals, calcium oxalate. These crystals cling to blood vessel walls like fine sand in a narrow pipe, slowly restricting blood flow. Over the years, even a small blood clot can block circulation to the brain, leading to a silent stroke during sleep. The scary part? You won't feel a thing. No pain, no numbness, no dizziness. Just one morning waking up feeling weaker, speaking slower, or more fatigued than usual. Many people dismiss it as just aging, when in fact their blood vessels have been quietly deteriorating for years. So, should you stop eating spinach? Absolutely not. It's still an excellent food, if you know how to eat it right. First, don't eat spinach every day, especially if you take calcium or vitamin D supplements. When spinach and calcium are consumed together, oxalate binds with calcium in your bloodstream, forming crystals. Separate the two by at least 4 to 6 hours. Second, eat spinach in the morning or at lunch. When you're active, your circulation and kidneys work efficiently, processing oxalate safely. At night, when metabolism slows, oxalate is more likely to build up. Third, always cook or blanch spinach. Heat significantly reduces oxalate content, allowing your body to absorb nutrients without overloading on minerals. Fourth, stay hydrated. Many older adults drink only when they feel thirsty, but the sense of thirst weakens with age. Mild dehydration thickens the blood, increasing clot risk. Make it a habit to drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily, spread throughout the day. Finally, avoid pairing spinach with calcium-rich foods like cheese, milk, or small fish with bones. Instead, combine it with light protein such as eggs, salmon, or beans, which helps vitamin absorption and reduces the chance of calcium crystal buildup. If you have kidney disease, heart issues, or take blood pressure or diuretic medication, talk to your doctor before increasing spinach intake. Many people who eat healthy still experience strokes, not because of bad food, but because they eat it at the wrong time or with the wrong combinations. Spinach is a two-faced friend. Understand it, and it protects you. Ignore your body's signals, and it may turn against you. After 60, eating well isn't about more vegetables equals better, but about knowing what, when, and how much to eat. Let every meal be more than just nutrition. Let it be your way of caring for your blood vessels, your memory, and your mental clarity. Spinach can still be your greatest ally, as long as you know how to keep this friend on your side. Number 4. Onions. In most Western kitchens, onions are such a familiar ingredient that they appear in almost every meal. From soups, salads, and sandwiches to roasted dishes, the gentle sweetness of onions brings balance and depth to food. They're not just delicious. Onions are often praised as food for the heart, known to lower cholesterol, improve circulation, and help regulate blood pressure. But few people realize that after the age of 60, onions can quietly become a challenge for the brain and circulatory system if eaten the wrong way or at the wrong time. Onions contain a potent compound called quercetin, a natural antioxidant that helps dilate blood vessels and lower blood pressure. For younger people, that's a benefit. It improves blood flow and eases pressure on the heart. But once you pass 60, your body no longer regulates these effects as efficiently. If you're taking blood pressure medication, anticoagulants, or heart medicine, the quercetin in onions can intensify the effect of those drugs, causing blood pressure to drop faster and lower than is safe. When blood pressure falls suddenly, blood flow to the brain slows down, leading to dizziness, loss of balance, blurred vision, or slurred speech. Symptoms that are often mistaken for simple fatigue, but actually signal a temporary lack of oxygen to the brain. I once had a patient named Helen, 78, from Florida. She loved eating raw onions, especially in her evening salads. She believed it was a natural way to keep her heart healthy, without relying on extra medication. But after a few weeks of this habit, she began feeling lightheaded each morning. One day, she even fainted after standing up. Tests revealed that her blood pressure dropped drastically overnight, and small blood vessels in her brain showed signs of repeated oxygen deprivation. The cause wasn't her medication or a new illness. It was the combined effect of her blood pressure drugs and the high quercetin from raw onions she ate every night. Helen's story is a gentle but powerful reminder. Even healthy foods can become harmful when eaten at the wrong time. Onions themselves aren't bad, but at this age, your body needs stability, not sudden changes in blood pressure. So if you're over 60, keep these simple rules in mind. First, don't eat too many raw onions, especially at night. Raw onions contain far more quercetin than cooked ones and are more likely to cause nighttime blood pressure drops. Second, cook onions whenever possible. Cooking reduces quercetin's strong vasodilating effect, allowing your body to absorb it safely. Third, avoid combining onions with red wine, garlic, or ginger in the same meal. These foods also thin the blood and dilate blood vessels, amplifying the drop in blood pressure. Fourth, eat onions at the right time. Enjoy onion dishes at lunchtime, when your blood pressure is stable, your body is hydrated, and your circulation is active. Avoid eating onions too late in the day, especially if you take heart medication before bed. Fifth, listen to your body. If you feel dizzy, weak, or unusually tired after a meal with onions, check your blood pressure or consult your doctor. Don't ignore these small signs. Your body is always trying to tell you something. Another little-known fact: eating large amounts of onions over time can also thin your blood. This may increase the risk of minor bleeding for those taking aspirin or anticoagulants. That's why moderation and consistency are the safest rules to follow. Onions remain one of nature's gifts, promoting heart health, aiding digestion, and protecting cells from aging. But after 60, you should treat them like medicine with a proper dose, not just as a harmless spice. A few slices of cooked onion in your stir-fry or soup are enough to enjoy the taste and benefits without putting stress on your blood vessels or brain. Growing older isn't the time to fear food. It's the time to eat with understanding. Onions can still be your friend, as long as you know when to invite them to the table, and how much is enough. Number 5. Romaine lettuce. For many people over 60, a fresh green salad at dinner sounds like the perfect choice. Light, low-calorie, easy to digest. Many even consider it the golden meal for heart health. But few realize that romaine lettuce, the leafy green found in nearly every salad, can quietly raise the risk of nighttime stroke if eaten at the wrong time. The reason lies in its natural diuretic effect. In younger people, this is beneficial. It helps flush out excess sodium, reduce bloating, and lower blood pressure. But in older adults, where kidney function and water retention ability decline significantly, that same effect can backfire. Eating romaine lettuce at night can lead to mild dehydration while you sleep, something you might never notice. As water levels in the blood drop, the blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and the risk of tiny clots forming in the brain's vessels increases, a leading cause of strokes that occur during sleep. Adding to the risk, many older adults also take blood pressure or diuretic medication. Combined with the diuretic nature of romaine lettuce, this can cause dehydration even faster. The next morning, you might wake up dizzy, with a headache, dry mouth, or weakness in your arms or legs, never suspecting that your healthy salad was to blame. So how can you still enjoy salad without risking your health? The answer: timing and hydration. First, move your salads to lunch or early afternoon. That's when your body is active, circulation is strong, kidneys are working efficiently, and you have hours left in the day to replenish fluids. A midday salad still supports heart health and digestion, without causing overnight dehydration. Second, if you really want a salad at dinner, eat it at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to rebalance fluids and prevents water loss during sleep. Third, stay hydrated throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens, leading to chronic mild dehydration and thicker blood. Drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily, in small amounts spread evenly throughout the day. Fourth, don't eat romaine lettuce alone. Pair it with hydrating foods like ripe tomatoes, cucumbers, or water-rich fruits. This helps maintain fluid balance and prevents the blood from thickening. Fifth, if you're taking blood pressure or diuretic medication, consult your doctor about diuretic foods. You may still be able to eat them, but it's safer to limit intake to 2 to 3 times per week instead of every night. And finally, listen to your body. If you often wake up at night with a dry mouth, morning headaches, or a heavy feeling in your body, those are signs of dehydration while sleeping. Don't just blame medication or age. Look at your dinner plate first. Romaine lettuce isn't bad. When eaten correctly, it's an excellent source of vitamins A, C, and K, reduces inflammation, and strengthens immunity. But after 60, when you eat matters more than what you eat. Every food has a time when your body can benefit from it without side effects. So instead of having a late-night salad, hoping to feel light and sleep well, have it while the sun is still up. Your body will thank you for it, and so will your brain. Number 6. Asparagus. In recent years, asparagus has been praised as one of the modern-day superfoods. Rich in fiber, vitamins A, C, K, and especially folate, a nutrient known to enhance memory and heart health, asparagus quickly became a favorite among older adults striving for a balanced, healthy diet. However, few people realize that this seemingly perfect vegetable can actually cause circulatory problems if you're over 60 and eat it at the wrong time. The reason lies in asparagus's defining feature, its strong diuretic effect. Asparagus contains natural compounds such as asparagine, which helps the kidneys flush out sodium and toxins more efficiently. For younger people, this is beneficial. It detoxifies the body and relieves pressure on the heart. But for older adults, whose kidneys are weaker, blood vessels less elastic, and bodies more prone to dehydration, this same cleansing effect can turn into a serious problem. When you eat asparagus, especially in the evening, your body increases water elimination for several hours afterward. You might wake up in the middle of the night to urinate, or you may become mildly dehydrated without realizing it. Meanwhile, during sleep, blood circulation slows, the heart beats more gently, and blood pressure drops. If the body loses water during this time, the blood thickens, flow slows down, and the risk of small clots forming in the brain's vessels rises sharply. And if that happens while you're asleep, it could lead to a silent stroke before morning comes. I recall the case of Richard, a 70-year-old man from Arizona, a meticulous eater who followed a clean diet. Every evening he ate steamed asparagus with salmon, believing it was the perfect heart-friendly meal. After a few weeks, he began waking up dizzy, with a dry mouth and mild headaches. One night, he suffered severe leg cramps and nearly fainted while getting up to use the bathroom. Tests showed he was severely dehydrated and his blood was unusually viscous, even though his heart function was perfectly normal. The culprit? Eating asparagus at night for weeks, combined with his diuretic blood pressure medication. After Richard changed his routine, eating asparagus only at lunch and drinking more water, his dizziness and headaches disappeared completely. His story is a reminder of a simple truth that many overlook. When you eat can be just as important as what you eat. To make asparagus a true ally for healthy aging, keep these key points in mind. First, eat asparagus at lunchtime or in the early afternoon, not at night. That's when your body is still hydrated, circulation is strong, and you have time to replenish fluids throughout the day. Second, always drink water when eating asparagus. A glass of 200 to 300 milliliters after your meal helps maintain blood volume and prevents thickened blood. Third, limit asparagus if you take diuretics, blood pressure, or heart medications. These drugs already increase fluid loss, and adding a diuretic food only raises the risk of dehydration. Fourth, don't eat asparagus every day. Even healthy foods can backfire if consumed too often. Over time, it may disturb your electrolyte balance, especially potassium, causing fatigue, cramps, or irregular heartbeat. 2 to 3 times per week is a safe amount. Fifth, watch for signs of dehydration: dry mouth, reduced urination, dark urine, dizziness upon standing, or morning headaches. If you notice these, stop eating asparagus for a few days and drink more water. Also, cooking methods matter. Grilled or stir-fried asparagus tends to dry you out more than boiled or steamed asparagus. When cooking, add a bit of olive oil to retain moisture and enhance absorption of vitamins A and K, both of which help keep your blood vessels flexible. Asparagus remains a wonderful food for heart, digestion, and brain health, when used correctly. But remember, after 60, your body no longer handles water and salt like it did at 30 or 40. What once helped you detox in youth can now drain your strength in old age, simply because your kidneys and blood vessels can't keep up. So let asparagus be a gentle cleanser, not a draining force on your body. And the next time you prepare an asparagus dinner, ask yourself, is my body ready for this right now? If the answer is yes, then eat earlier, drink more water, and asparagus will once again be your friend on the journey to healthy aging. Number 7. Carrots. Carrots have long been celebrated as the food for bright eyes and healthy skin. Rich in beta-carotene, vitamin A, fiber, and antioxidants, they've always topped the list of eat as much as you can vegetables for a healthy lifestyle. However, for those over 60, the way your body processes sugar and energy from carrots changes dramatically. If eaten at the wrong time, this innocent-looking vegetable can disrupt your blood sugar and cause blood pressure fluctuations, factors that silently increase the risk of nighttime strokes. What many people overlook is that carrots contain a notably high amount of natural sugar, mostly sucrose and glucose. In younger adults, the pancreas and liver handle this sugar efficiently. But after 60, insulin sensitivity drops, and the body metabolizes sugar more slowly. When you eat raw carrots or drink carrot juice, the sugar is absorbed almost instantly, causing a sharp rise in blood sugar, followed by a steep drop a few hours later. If this happens at night, your body reacts by releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to bring blood sugar back up. These hormones raise heart rate, constrict blood vessels, and elevate blood pressure, putting sudden pressure on the brain's arteries. For people with fragile blood vessels or those taking blood pressure medication, this reaction can trigger a small vascular spasm in the brain. the starting point of many minor strokes. This doesn't mean you should cut carrots out. They're still a valuable vegetable, as long as you eat them in sync with your body's natural rhythm. First, eat carrots in the morning or at lunch, not at night. In the morning, your body metabolizes sugar most efficiently, and the energy from carrots is used for activity and alertness. At night, metabolism slows down, and sugar lingers longer in your bloodstream. Second, avoid raw carrots or carrot juice before bedtime. When carrots are raw or juiced, their natural fiber is broken down, allowing sugar to be absorbed extremely quickly, similar to drinking natural soda. If you enjoy carrots, lightly cook, stew, or stir-fry them. Cooking lowers their glycemic index and releases energy more gradually. Third, pair carrots with protein or healthy fats. Steamed carrots with boiled eggs, avocado, or walnuts help slow sugar absorption, keeping blood sugar stable for hours. Eating carrots alone, on the other hand, causes stronger blood sugar swings. Fourth, if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or take blood sugar-lowering medication, keep portions small. About 1/2 cup cooked, or 1 small carrot per day is enough. Even though carrots are natural, their sugar is still real, and your aging body can't process it as quickly as before. Fifth, pay attention to your body's signals after eating. If you feel sleepy, tired, restless, or have a racing heartbeat after a carrot-rich dinner, it could mean your blood sugar is fluctuating. When this happens often, check your glucose and blood pressure. These are early warning signs of cardiovascular risk. Another factor often overlooked: timing and sleep are deeply connected. When blood sugar fluctuates dramatically, your body releases more adrenaline, making it harder to sleep deeply. This leads to frequent awakenings, vivid dreams, or even nightmares. Poor sleep, in turn, forces the heart to work harder, thickens the blood, and gradually damages blood vessels. That's why eating a naturally sweet food like carrots too late at night can quietly disrupt your sleep recovery cycle, especially in older adults. Remember, carrots aren't the enemy. They're simply a friend that deserves respect. Eat them at the right time and in the right amount, and you'll gain all their benefits without worrying about blood sugar or pressure. But eat them the wrong way, especially at night, and they can turn from a heart-friendly food into a silent stressor for your brain and arteries. Your body after 60 is like a finely tuned machine. Small adjustments can make a big difference. So instead of avoiding carrots, learn to communicate with them. Eat earlier, pair them with protein, and eat less. Those are the 3 keys to enjoying this naturally sweet vegetable without falling victim to the midnight blood sugar storm. Number 8. Corn is a food that carries memories. For many, it's tied to childhood, warm evenings, and that simple, comforting sweetness. But after age 60, your body no longer processes corn the way it used to. Though often considered a vegetable, corn actually behaves more like a starch inside your body. And that's exactly why it can disrupt blood sugar and place sudden stress on the brain's blood vessels if eaten the wrong way. Corn is rich in complex carbohydrates, starches that your body converts into glucose for energy. When you eat corn, especially boiled corn or popcorn, that glucose is absorbed quickly into the bloodstream. In younger adults, insulin responds efficiently to keep blood sugar stable. But in older adults, the body's cells become less sensitive to insulin, causing blood sugar to spike and then crash rapidly. This process not only leaves you tired, dizzy, or sleepy after eating, but also creates fluctuations in blood pressure. Every time blood sugar swings, blood vessels expand and contract irregularly. If your brain's vessels are already fragile, these fluctuations can trigger a stroke or a transient ischemic attack, TIA. I once met Margaret, a 76-year-old woman from California, who loved eating grilled corn every evening because she thought it's just a vegetable and low in fat. She'd enjoy 1 corn cob with a bit of salt and butter, thinking it was a light dinner. After a few weeks, she began feeling dizzy when standing up. Some mornings, she woke with intense headaches. as if someone was squeezing her head. Her tests showed major blood sugar swings at night and unusually thick blood, a typical result of eating a starchy food by itself before bed. Margaret's story reflects what many older adults experience without realizing it. They see corn as a vegetable, but the body reads it as sugar. And when you sleep with unstable blood sugar, the body releases adrenaline to restore balance, causing vessel constriction, higher blood pressure, and mild heart rhythm changes. Those small reactions, repeated night after night, silently burden the heart and brain. So how can you still enjoy corn safely? First, don't eat corn at night, especially close to bedtime. The safest time to eat corn is during the day, morning or noon, when your body is active and can use the starch for energy. Second, eat corn with protein or healthy fats. When paired with lean meat, eggs, or avocado, the sugar from corn is absorbed more slowly, helping keep blood sugar and circulation stable. Third, avoid processed corn products like breakfast cereals, cornbread, sweet popcorn, or corn syrup. These are refined starches that cause sugar levels to spike almost instantly. Fourth, watch your portion size. For adults over 60, a reasonable portion is half an ear of boiled corn, about 100 grams per serving, no more than 2 to 3 times a week. Eating more doesn't add benefits. It only forces your body to handle excess sugar. Fifth, drink enough water when eating corn. Starch requires water for digestion and glucose transport. Without enough water, your blood thickens, adding strain to brain vessels. One thing few people know: corn contains tyramine, a natural compound that can affect blood pressure. In sensitive individuals, tyramine may trigger mild hypertension or headaches, especially if eaten at night. So if you're prone to insomnia or nighttime headaches, avoid corn after 6 p.m. Of course, corn still offers valuable nutrients, including lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that protect your eyes and prevent macular degeneration. So there's no need to eliminate it. Just choose the right time and portion. As we age, the body becomes less agile in managing blood sugar and pressure. What was once a light dinner at 40 can become a risky evening meal at 70. But that's not something to fear. It's simply something to understand. Remember, corn isn't bad, but after 60, it's no longer a vegetable. It's a starch that needs control. Eat it at the right time, in the right amount, and balanced with other foods. And you'll still enjoy its natural sweetness while keeping your heart and brain safe through the night. Number 9. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are a symbol of health. Rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects the heart, reduces inflammation, and helps prevent cancer, tomatoes appear in almost every healthy diet. But after age 60, eating too many tomatoes, eating them at the wrong time, or pairing them with the wrong foods can disrupt blood circulation and increase the risk of tiny brain vessel hemorrhages during sleep. It may sound surprising, but the reason is simple. Lycopene and acid, two elements that benefit the young, become sensitive triggers for the aging body. Lycopene has a mild blood-thinning effect, which helps prevent clot formation. However, for older adults taking blood thinners or aspirin, that effect can double, making it harder for blood to clot if a small vessel ruptures. Additionally, the natural acid in tomatoes stimulates stomach acid production, often leading to acid reflux, especially when eaten at night. When the stomach fills with acid, more blood flows to the digestive tract, reducing blood flow to the brain. The result can be headaches, dizziness, or insomnia, which, for those with fragile vessels, can even trigger a stroke. This is particularly risky if you drink tomato juice or eat tomato salad late at night. When the body is resting and blood circulation slows, lycopene's thinning effect becomes more pronounced, causing inconsistent blood viscosity, alternating between too thick and too thin. Over time, this instability weakens the small vessels in the brain. But tomatoes aren't the villain. The issue lies in how and when you eat them. Here are key rules for eating tomatoes safely after 60. First, eat tomatoes during the day, especially in the morning or at lunch. That's when your body absorbs lycopene most efficiently without affecting nighttime circulation. Second, eat cooked tomatoes instead of raw. Lycopene is absorbed better when tomatoes are cooked with a little olive oil, and cooking also reduces acidity, protecting your stomach. Third, avoid eating tomatoes at the same time as medication, especially blood thinners, blood pressure drugs, or stomach medication. Tomato acid can reduce drug absorption or amplify side effects. Allow at least 2 hours between eating tomatoes and taking medicine. Fourth, don't eat tomatoes on an empty stomach or right before bed. That's when acid reflux is most likely, drawing blood to the stomach, reducing brain circulation, and causing nighttime blood pressure fluctuations. Fifth, pay attention to warning signs. If you experience nausea, heartburn, headaches, or poor sleep after eating tomatoes, your body may not tolerate the acidity well. In that case, reduce how often you eat them and always combine them with other foods. Despite these cautions, tomatoes remain one of the best foods for heart and skin health, when eaten properly. A few slices of ripe tomato at lunch, or a bowl of tomato soup cooked with olive oil, can bring remarkable benefits without stressing the brain's blood vessels. After 60, your body doesn't need more. It needs what's right. Tomatoes are the red heart of nature. They can nourish you or challenge you. Eat them like a respected friend, at the right time, with understanding, and in moderation. When you do, you'll gain the best they have to offer: a strong heart, a clear mind, and peaceful, refreshing mornings. After 60, your body is no longer the same. Every bite of food, every sip of water, every small daily habit shapes your health, memory, and quality of life. We often think eating healthy simply means choosing vegetables, cutting fat, and getting more fiber. But the truth is, an aging body doesn't just need good food. It needs the right way to eat it. Even seemingly harmless vegetables, like garlic, broccoli, spinach, onions, lettuce, or tomatoes, can become burdensome if eaten at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, or in the wrong combination with medication. But when you understand your body, you can turn every meal into a gentle medicine, keeping your heart strong, your mind sharp, and your sleep deep. The key isn't restriction, it's understanding. Understanding what your body needs, understanding which foods suit you, and understanding that good health doesn't come from eating less. It comes from caring for yourself wisely and consistently, day by day. If today's video helped you learn something new or see your food in a different light, share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them, and your story might help someone else too. And don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss upcoming videos, where we'll keep discovering smart, mindful ways to eat, live well, and truly enjoy the best years of life. It's never too late to take care of yourself. Start with your next meal. Eat wisely, live lightly, and keep your heart and mind young.